On today's show, NASA's Orion spacecraft makes a successful launch and landing, and we're going to tell you why that's so awesome and how it could lead us to Mars.
New technology lets you play video games at the crosswalk while you wait.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
And also, Pizza Hut has a new piece of software that can read your mind. I'm reading your mind right now. Pizza.
Yep.
It's Tomorrow Daily. Greetings, citizens of the internet. Welcome to Tomorrow Daily, the best geek talk show in the known universe. I'm your host, Ashley Esqueda. Joining me once again, as always, on a Monday, Kale Anonymous.
I want to go to Mars.
I do too.
Yeah, but just no cell phone reception there, like
I was
no
gonna
internet.
say no FiOS. That
Yeah,
seems.
no internet is the reason why we wouldn't want to go to Mars.
I
That's
think that would be
how
the hardest
sad.
thing.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we're
If
too
we could have
connected.
an internet connection, I feel like maybe I would go.
What if
But
it's 56K?
well, the problem is it would take so long to get. Like, if we could just ask like Google.com to NASA, like here on Earth, and then they'd have to send it back, it would take forever.
Yeah.
Half hour to like load up a page. It's
I
just so
changed my
bad.
mind. I'm not going.
Yeah,
All
me
right,
neither.
so
But let's talk about how some other people might go there. Let's hit the headlines. Before we get started, if I start coughing uncontrollably, I'm feeling a little under the weather today, so if I sound like a dying person, I'm sorry. I promise I won't get you sick.
sit far away from your screen.
Yeah, sit
so you
away
don't
from your
catch it.
screen, please. Don't touch me during the show on your screen. It's all germs. Okay, so we have to talk about Orion. We were gonna report on this on Thursday, but then they moved the launch date back a little bit because of the weather. So they said it wasn't the right weather. We're gonna wait a day. We're gonna see how it goes. And then NASA successfully launched the Orion spacecraft. Here's the actual footage of the launch, which is super cool looking.
Yeah, look at that.
So this is a 4-hour test
Dang.
flight, short flight, 4 hours. It safely landed in the Pacific Ocean. So it went from one side to the other, landed in the Pacific Ocean. Pretty cool. And basically the point of this, if you haven't read up about this, if you haven't been hearing about this is a capsule. So it's not quite a space shuttle, it's a capsule. And this is one of the first steps in exploring and sending human beings to Mars, which is pretty great. So what this capsule did was it tested critical onboard systems while it was in the air, like heat shields. It took measurements on radiation exposure, and it orbited the Earth twice and then landed in the Pacific Ocean. So basically the goal is to someday send astronauts in a capsule like this to Mars. So the roadmap includes sending Orion on an uncrewed trip to the moon. So they want to send this capsule again, like up to the moon, uncrewed. And then in the future, at some point, hopefully by 2021, they want to send astronauts into the craft. I don't know if that's specifically to Mars. I want to say that might be a little bit farther down the road, but having a crewed set of astronauts like get into the capsule and fly it around, which is pretty awesome.
We got a lot of work to do.
We got a lot of work to do.
There's still
guys.
a lot of work to do.
A lot of work.
But that's good. It's good. We have. It's good to have a success.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a rough couple months, but I think now with even Philae like landing, even though it didn't go perfectly, I think that was really exciting. And then of course, now we have this, so more successes. Like it's feeling a little bit better. I know for a while there was kind of dark, like we were all kind of bummed because there were some bad things that were going on.
Yeah.
Some explosions, some very bad, like some not cool things. But the neat thing about the capsule is we saw a lot of people kind of, or I did anyway, I saw some people saying like, oh, it reminds me of the Apollo missions, and like, oh, it's the exact same, and why aren't we progressing, and why isn't this technology better than it was? But the cool thing about this capsule, as opposed to a shuttle, as I were to understand it, is that it's a safer and a more efficient way to launch and recover spacecraft. And the other thing is it's mostly reusable.
Oh.
So it's capable, and it's also capable of farther and longer time space exploration. So this is
perfect.
A much better choice for the first set of missions to get crews out farther into space for longer periods of time, things like that.
It sounds like that's the kind of upgrade you'd want. I mean,
Right.
it's not like you're gonna add laser guns or anything to it.
Yeah, or like space whales like following next to it or anything.
Space
like that.
whales.
I'm sick, please.
I
But
can
yeah,
tell.
so really, really cool, and just good job, NASA, and everybody involved.
Yeah,
It's
great job,
awesome.
NASA.
So, but now,
Always good news.
Now I would like to hear about.
Oh, this is the brink of technology right here. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen,
So-
I know we're excited about going to Mars, but this is something we could maybe potentially enjoy very, very soon.
Yeah, this is true. This is all happening in Germany, but if you've ever been impatient while waiting to cross the street. Well, now there's technology in video games that'll keep you occupied. Now, back in 2012, these two Germans decided that they wanted to create a video game where you can play Pong with the person waiting across the street. Just a Pong game with them. And they got approval. So now they made it on a few street corners, and as you can see, people are sitting here playing Pong. They now have a company called Urban Invention.
Oh.
Yeah, and they've created a device called ActiveWait, and you can just sit there and play video games with the person across the street.
Oh, it's it's interactive with the person across the street.
It
so
is.
Look at this, they're playing, it's time lapse. And then of course, like, oh, we can walk now. You're good.
Yeah,
Game's over.
When it turns green, it'll give you an alert. Go across the street. This is how much time you have left.
I love that they high-fived. They
and
were
you
playing
make
against each
friends.
other.
Yeah,
Like,
it's an adorable way. They now have an Indiegogo that they have up
Oh.
to try and raise funding for future games or just developments in
Developing it
technology.
further, yeah. Because I
maybe
think
to
this is
play
only
Halo
at
with the
one
person.
intersection.
Yeah, it's only one intersection.
But that's still really cool
that's
that
a step in the right direction. And,
you just dropped your phone. Oh my God.
There you go.
But it's really cool that they're doing, that's a working prototype. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Producer Logan said something very appropriate for this, which was, guys, how did you miss the obvious? You should have put Frogger on there.
Oh man, that is great.
It's like so obvious.
Yeah,
like
that's
should have had
great.
Frogger. You play Frogger, you'll watch him across
He
the
meant
street.
he meant to say Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Yeah.
that's always the first choice. But then, Frogger or Pong, those are your second and third
Yeah.
options.
So
of
there you
course.
go. I don't have the information for the Indiegogo, but if
it's
you look
called
up ActiveWait,
ActiveWait.
if you look up ActiveWait, you can go see, what they're up to.
I like it.
But there you go. Pretty neat.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Fun little tidbit there for you.
So speaking of fun little tidbits, as we all know, Kale loves pizza.
Nobody knew that.
Nobody knew that. It's a secret. Trade secrets. So I saw this story and immediately thought of Kale because Pizza Hut would not actually need this piece of software for Kale, but maybe for other people. So this is what they're calling a subconscious menu. And what Pizza Hut is doing is they would give patrons a tablet, and it has this software called Toby. It's eye tracking technology called Toby. And the tablet running Toby will do this little thing. If you're watching right now, the Pizza Hut logo would go around and that actually calibrates your eye movement. And then it'll show you a whole bunch of toppings that are happening. And then based on your eye movement, in 3 seconds, it'll decide what toppings are the most important to you and show you and put an algorithm together and parse it and then say, this is the pizza that you want. How great is that? Right? Wow, Kale, you're crying.
I'm just glad it finally happened. I'm glad they got my memo. No, this is super weird.
It's so
Why?
weird.
Why is it? Why is it?
Also,
Why?
well, I'm looking at that tablet screen,
Why?
and the only thing I can think of is some of those toppings look super weird, and at first I didn't even know what they were. So I spent more time looking at them,
it.
and then I'm like, this thing is gonna think. Look at the toppings.
You ordered pig.
One of those looks like a donut.
You
Like,
ordered pig elbows. You're like,
Yeah.
no, I was just looking at see what it was
I
about.
didn't know what that was. Like, I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
that's
there's corn on there, shrimp. Like I would look at the shrimp, going, who would put shrimp? Oh, you've ordered shrimp.
yeah. I didn't. Yeah, before you could even say like, why is this on here? It'd be like, oh, here's your pizza. It's shrimp and hush puppies, like on a pizza with.
So
it's just weird.
So instead of somebody coming up and going like, what do you want? And you go, oh God, I've never had
just
pizza
don't
before.
know.
I just have zero idea. What could you possibly? But that's just weird, Pizza Hut.
But it's like,
That's
I guess
weird.
it's for the people who come in and they're like, I don't really know what I'm in the mood for.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, well, look at this thing. And then it'll tell you, oh, based on your eye movements, these were the things you were most interested in. Here is a pizza that we think would be good. It's not like, here's your first and second choice. It's like, your first choice was this. And so based on that, we've created like a pizza with that topping and, some other stuff on there that we think you would like based on what you looked at.
What if you just want one topping?
Well, then you wouldn't need it. You just say, I want a pepperoni pizza.
You just look at the pepperoni and just be like,
Just stare really hard
Yeah.
at just the pepperoni.
all right,
Don't look at anything else.
there you go.
Really serious.
Sorry, it's a weird pizza.
That is really, really weird.
All right.
By the way, I forgot to do our hashtag of the day, our question of the day.
Oh, it's because you're sick.
Yeah, it is. But producer Logan, can you throw up the hashtag of the day on the lower third here? That would be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The hashtag of the day is TD Game Weight. And I wanted to know, and
Fallout.
now I feel like I asked you, what would you play if you were sitting at a stoplight? Like, what's the game you would want to be playing?
I said Fallout, but I changed it to Hearthstone. Because it's
Hearthstone.
got to be a quick game,
quick
right?
game, yeah.
Nobody's gonna be like, nobody can say like Skyrim and you're just like sitting there.
You're sitting there for 300 hours.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm sorry, I can't ever leave this crosswalk.
That's a good question. So, what game would you want to play at a crosswalk?
I would say Threes. It's a card game, a puzzle game. Did you ever play 2048?
No.
Okay, well that game. Well, Threes is the original. Shout out to Threes. But it's a game that just won iPhone Game of the Year.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can go check it out. It's an awesome puzzle game. If you like puzzle games, like you have to basically you get cards and you have to match 1s and 2s to make 3s, and then you have to match cards. It's real, and you can only swipe like up and down.
I'm glad we both picked like card games.
Yeah. Well, that seems like a really
Dragon
good,
Age
easy one.
Inquisition.
Yeah. So that's your hashtag. Of
Yeah.
the day.
What game would you want to play at a crosswalk?
What game do you want to play at a crosswalk? Because that's actually really cool technology, and it keeps people safe, which is neat.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget, you can also pick a game that you're playing with the person on the other side. So it could be Smash Brothers.
Could be Smash Brothers, whatever you want. So,
That's cool.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to take a quick 30-second break, and then we will be back with a Back It or Hack It and your user feedback, and of course, our phone talker for the day. So don't click away. It's Tomorrow Daily. Welcome back to the show. We're back after a very quick break. So this next thing is actually, it's a Back It or Hack It, and we were really interested in it, but we're a little skeptical, so we have some fun stuff for you. So check out Back It or Hack It. So of course the holidays are upon us. Everybody's decorating. One of the things that we always see, like the constant joke about Christmas lights is that they always get jumbled up into a big knot, and they're really tough to unravel. So these two guys started a company, and it's called Aura, powered by Aura, and these are Christmas ornaments that light up. So that's what it looks like, and they're wireless, and it's powered by a ring that goes around the tree. So of course, here it is, the trope that you always see is like, oh, these Christmas lights are so hard to untangle.
Yeah, like a Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, and these are the two guys. Oddly enough, I talked to them, and they said that they met via Kickstarter.
You actually went and talked to them?
Oh no, they came to me. They came to my house on Friday.
Oh.
And they came to my house to show me the technology because honestly, like, I saw this video, you guys, and I was pretty skeptical. I'm like, I don't know. Like, this seems kind of gimmicky.
Yeah, we're skeptical people.
And I noticed that they were located here in Southern California.
Right.
So I reached out to them, and they, came, like, talked to their lovely PR person and had them come out to the house. Because we don't have a tree here, and we couldn't fit one even if we tried. So,
yeah, plus we hate nature.
Yeah, we also just hate trees. And so, well, I don't because I have one in my house, but I really wanted to see this technology firsthand, and so I did. So I invited the guys over to talk a little bit about Aura and then also show me the actual product in, working. So check out this little video that I put together.
Cool.
My name is Hardeep Johar. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Aura.
My name's Chris Higgins. I'm the CTO at Powered by Aura. I've always been annoyed at the amount of wires on the Christmas tree. My mom actually puts up so many lights on the tree, it just kind of strangles it. So we really wanted to get rid of them and just make it a more fun experience.
The technology that we're using is a perfect fit for the Christmas tree because it's vertical and it works better with the technology.
To get to this point, we've gone through quite a few prototypes. I'd say 6, 7 different iterations of testing out different prototypes on the transmitter side, the ring itself. In the ornaments themselves, I can't even count the number of PCBs I've got at home, so probably on the magnitude of 10 to 20 different models of the PCBs.
Aura is really exciting as a future. We're getting a lot of people interested as both people who want to license the project as well as distribute it.
The response has been pretty amazing. People have suggested, and we originally had gone with glass, all glass, frosted, clear, and crackle, but people brought up the point and have shown us that they really like plastic for kids, for dogs, for animals, and for just normal safety purposes. So we're actually launching a plastic option as well.
Once you have a field of wireless electricity around Christmas trees, it's incredible what you can do with ornaments, things that really have never been done before. All wirelessly, you can bring motion, music, all sorts of synchronization with smartphones, and just the whole Internet of Things.
was a little bit on, you know, the technology and how many prototypes they've gone through. It took them about a year to put together. And yeah, it's actually really cool. Like, I was really surprised at how well it worked. I loved how, you know, they were able to kind of run, you know, the different colors over the board and sort of show me like how each bulb lights up, and it was just great. Like, it worked really well.
Yeah.
So they're
it's
already
crazy talking to the people that actually like worked on it. And
yeah, no,
know a
it
little
was
bit deeper.
They brought over because, you know, obviously they have to go through the manufacturing process to get the small, you know, retail version of it. So that prototype that you saw was like what they brought into the house. It's this huge thing, and it's a lot of things going on. But it was amazing. Like, it was a really neat technology with, you know, this, they're calling it a power ring, where it's, you know, it's this loop that you would clip into your tree. Like, if you had a tree that was taller than, I think they said 5 feet, you would clip it into like the middle of your tree, and then it would light up all the bulbs from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's really cool. Like, it's really good technology. Of course, it's not going to be available this Christmas, but they're hoping
next Christmas.
Next
is their
Christmas,
goal.
yeah, that you would get all your stuff by next Christmas. And I really liked, like they were saying in the video, one of the things they did was they really listened to their backers, and at the start of it, they only had glass available and glass ornaments. And then a lot of people said, well, I have kids, or I have, you know, I have animals, I have pets that are, you know, love to get in my
That are
tree.
jerks, yeah.
Yeah, like I have cat jerks, so like just swipe stuff off my
All
tree.
cats are cat jerks, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
and so they listened to them, and they actually put together what you saw in the video. The one that was really glittery was a plastic ornament that would also work with it. So it was really cool, and it was really nice to be able to talk to them. They're super nice guys. I really enjoyed kind of seeing what that technology was about. And as a skeptic, like, I mean, when I saw the Kickstarter video, I'm like, I feel like this could be manipulated in some way. Like, the lights could be made a little brighter, you know, like, and it's real tough with Kickstarter, because sometimes you watch these videos and you're like, how much of this is real and how much of it is, you know, either doctored or otherwise, like, kind of out of 100 takes, this was the one time it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, so it was really nice to be able to actually just see it functional and working right in front of me. It was really cool. So I actually backed it this morning after seeing it, and like, I felt really good about it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna back it.
I kind of want some. Maybe a great Christmas gift.
Well, it's only $69, and
Yeah.
so it's $69 to get a version that is not Wi-Fi enabled. So you get the loop, and you get the 12 ornaments for $69, and then for $99 you get a Wi-Fi enabled one where they're gonna have an app where you can control the lights. And
Oh man,
turn them on and off. And
That's
stuff like that.
great.
Yeah,
that's
so
great.
super
Very
cool. And they
yeah.
did. I mean, I'm sure some company is gonna have like lots of interest in this, like some Christmas lights company or whatever. I'm sure they'll have, you know, like very strong interest in this,
someone
because this
will
is
back
really
this
cool,
up.
and I think a lot of people would really enjoy this.
I would.
Kind of a neat way to light up your tree,
That's
right?
fun. I like the charger thing. I like the charging.
That
thing.
loop, yeah.
I want that. I want that thing.
It's really neat, and it's bigger than I thought it was, but it also was a lot more subtle. Like, I feel like you could put it in a Christmas tree and it would camouflage in pretty well.
Okay.
So,
that's
but yeah, it's called Aura, powered by Aura. You can go check it out. But thank you to the team over at Aura for coming over and showing me the technology. I know that it was a little bit of a hike for them because they're out by the beach. So it's a little bit of a drive, especially on a Friday in Los Angeles. So I appreciate that. And but yeah, so that's Aura. I say obviously back it, because I actually put my money where my mouth is and backed them this morning. So I was very skeptical, but now I'm a believer. Pretty neat.
Yep. I think it looks great. I'll back it.
All
I
right.
like that technology, and actually that it's pretty affordable too.
Yeah, like I was
So-
expecting it to be like, oh, it's $199 for the starter kit, because that always feels like the entry level price point for a lot of stuff on Kickstarter that's sort of tech based, or it's like $200 is the get in, you know, or like $150, or you know. So to hear it was under $100 was pretty nice. The
That's
one
cool.
I backed, I got
That's
like 4 boxes. I got like 4 boxes or something.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's like if you're gonna, you know, go big or go home.
Yeah,
That's
light
I'm a
up your
Kickstarter
house.
guys. I'm a Kickstarter fiend.
Yeah.
It's every week I'm always telling
You get a box and you're just like, what is this?
There are Kickstarters we don't even cover on this show that I'm like, I just backed this, I just backed this. Like, I back lots of stuff. So, but I did back this. I decided, I put my money where my mouth was, and I backed it this morning. Pretty cool. So thanks, Laura. Are you ready to talk some user feedback?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So last week, we asked you guys on
Suicide Squad, right?
Suicide Squad, yeah, to use the hashtag TDS Squad to tell us whether or not they got the casting right.
And everyone said
Yes,
Yes,
and most people
okay.
are pretty much in agreement with it, which is pretty cool. Even the creator of Suicide Squad didn't write to us, but
Oh.
in an interview, the guy who created the comic book was like, he was very happy and pleased with the casting. He thought it was really good. He said he was really impressed and felt that Warner Brothers was taking his property very seriously by casting these major actors in all the roles. He thought that was awesome. So it was really neat. I read that this morning, and I thought that was cool that he was so excited.
Who wouldn't be excited to have Margot Robbie play Harley Quinn?
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying. All right.
I agree.
So what did they say?
So Rick wrote to us and said, excited for Will Smith. I hope he doesn't pull another Hancock. By the way, Jay Courtney is son of John McClane, and he's going to be Kyle Reese.
I know. I am well aware that he's going to be in the Terminator movie that I'm still kind of ignoring.
Kayla, you got a lot of hate for some of your Jai Courtney.
Jai Courtney? Was one of them Jai Courtney?
Actually, maybe all of them.
Okay, all right. What else we got?
Also, Leo wrote to us and said, I personally think that the Joker should have that awesome man bun of Jared Leto's. TDS Squad, hashtag 10 out of 10 movie cast.
Yeah,
hashtag best eyebrows, hashtag Cara Delevingne.
Yeah.
She does have the best eyebrows in the universe, I'm pretty sure.
That's pretty good.
But Jared Leto does have the best man bun. I will give you that.
Man bun and eyebrows. All right. Good.
I think that's a really good comic book series that we should start.
Man bun and eyebrows.
Man bun and brows. Yeah, I dig it. But those are our two main ones. And then also we're still collecting your TD 100 tweets.
Oh, there were some really good ones. So if you've been leaving comments about what your favorite moment
story,
in all of Tomorrow Daily.
Whatever.
Yeah, we've had some really good ones.
Yeah, we're going to share them with you in our 100th
sifting through
episode.
them, but we want more. So.
We're sifting through, and then we're going to make producer Logan stay up all night one night to comb through every show we've ever done to find every one of those clips.
We like to make him stay up late and not have a social life as often as possible.
Yeah, it's true.
So this is another opportunity that you can help us out with.
Yeah, very true. And of course, it's time for our very last piece of user feedback. This is our photographer of the day. So I hope I get this right.
Jai Courtney.
It's not from Jai Courtney.
Oh.
This is from Joao. I think that's how to pronounce his name. I hope that I got it correct. He says, hello guys, my name is Joao Gustavo. I'm sending a picture of a huge ant I found while practicing tennis in a club here in Brasilia, Brazil. It was taken with my Note 2 cell phone. Say hi to the Brazilian fans. I love the show. Bye.
Hey, Brazil.
Look at that crazy ant. That's a giant ant.
Wow.
I feel like
that's a really good photo. It's
I
like
feel
all
like it could destroy
detailed.
a city. It is very macro. It's super good.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it looks amazing. I thought that was really cool.
Has, like some of the best fans. Like like some of the fans that have come up to me and talked
Just
to me.
fans in I was gonna say fans in general. They're really good at being fans of everything.
They really are.
Like whatever a Brazilian chooses to be a fan of, that's bonus.
Yeah.
That's literally gravy because they're such good fans. Like I'm not joking. This is I'm super serious. Like I have a friend whose family's from Brazil. She lives here. She's like, anytime she gets fanatic about something, she's like #1 fan. Like she doesn't mess around. She's serious.
Yeah, so that makes this guy my favorite viewer now.
Yeah,
he's my favorite
officially.
viewer now, yeah.
But yeah, hi Brazil. Hello. All of Brazil. It's a
all
big
of
country.
Brazil, not one person.
Not just one, or even just Rio de Janeiro. No,
nobody that's
all of Brazil.
Yeah, even the people that hate the show in Brazil.
Even if you hate it,
fine.
I'm still saying hi to you. Hi. We like you anyway.
Like you too.
We like you anyway. If you guys want to send in your photography to be considered to be featured on the show, you can email us tomorrow@cnet.com. You can also send us your hashtag of the day, your TD100 thoughts, whatever your favorite moment on the show was. Feel free to email us. If you absolutely hate email, that's fine. We use social media. You can find us at Tomorrow Daily on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tomorrow Daily TV over on Google+.
And as Jai Courtney always says, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you're listening on iTunes, don't forget to leave us some good ratings and reviews.
He does
and also
say that.
subscribe. I'm Jai Courtney.
That's a direct quote.
That's how he finishes it off with I'm Jai.
That's definitely a direct quote. And if you want to find us individually on social media, you can find me at Ashley Esqueva.
At Kel Anonymous.
Yeah, we're super easy to find. But until tomorrow, we're going to have a brand new slate of new, weird, wonderful geek stories for you to check out.
Hopefully you're better by then.
I hope so. I'm hoping it doesn't get worse because I have this feeling that trajectory-wise, like I'm going to get worse right at the 100th episode, and then I just won't be here.
Or you'll I'll get sick and
You'll have to wheel me in on a gurney to do 100. I'll be like, oh guys.
I'd watch that show.
It'll be terrible. But until tomorrow, be good humans, you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.